Hi guys, Bolt here once again. Today I will teach you everything you need to know to get started with ship mining in Star Citizen. All of my tutorial videos will be short, without any BS and straight to the point. Ship mining in Star Citizen is actually really easy to do. If you don't have a ship that is able to mine for resources, I highly recommend just renting one. The Prospector is a wonderful entry-level ship that has lots of cargo space and upgradability. Just like in all of my tutorials, I recommend heading over to Arc L1 to rent this ship. After landing there, go to the lobby, exit the elevator, head to these other elevators to go to the refinery. All the way at the end on the right side, in the mining support center, at this console, you can rent the Prospector for this amount of credits for 24 hours. Spawn the Prospector and head to one of these moons or any other moon in the Stanton system. There's obviously also other areas where you can mine, such as asteroid fields around the ARC stations, but these moons are actually really nice due to the frequency of high value items. The different types of ores you can mine are quite vast, so I will also briefly touch upon this topic. Warp to the moon and head down to the surface. Deploy the mining tool by pressing M for mic, and occasionally press the tab key to scan around and fly to these resource beacons. At the site, point the mining tool at the rock, wait for the scan to complete. On the right side, it will tell you the resistance, fragility and the type of ore that are in this boulder. Inert material is basically dirt. Everything else is not automatically worth taking. To decide which resources I take, I make use of this online tool that has up-to-date prices on all mineable ores. Quantanium, for example, is the most precious resource in Star Citizen universe, with all these other resources being a close second. Do not mine anything that is in a yellow zone and avoid everything in red like the plague. Fire up the mining laser and increase its power by scrolling up until the rock disintegrates so that you can harvest it. Now, breaking these big boulders not only makes them collectible, but it also separates the resources among the smaller chunks. So if a boulder has 50% of a specific resource, for example, some of the following rocks might have 100% of this resource. After scanning the smaller rocks and deciding which ones to collect, right click on your mouse to switch to the collection tool and fire away at your desired rocks to collect them. When mining Quantanium, there's a few important things you need to know. Quantanium is unstable. This means that from the moment you collect it, you have a time window until it goes critical and it takes you and your ship out with it. After breaking apart a Quantanium deposit or boulder, scan all the rocks so you know which ones you need to collect and which ones you can avoid to waste as little time as possible from the moment you collect the first Quantanium ores to the moment you go back to Arc L1 or any other space station. When you are satisfied with your haul, fly back to Arc L1 and go to the refinery. On the second floor, go to the refining station, select your ship and only select the ores you want to refine. When refining, you can select from a list of refining methods. Some cost a lot of money, but it takes less time to refine these rocks. I like to go for this refining method here and just collect the refined ores the next day, since it does take a little while. You can go back to mining and set up multiple refining orders and collect them all after they are done. The very next day, collect the refined ores, but for this you need to rent yet another ship. I highly recommend renting the Cutlass Black due to its low price but very large cargo space. And not to mention that it is available in the mining support center, so everything that I am teaching you is all within hand's reach. Go to the refining station, select the ship you want to store the refined ores in. You can collect multiple different ores in the same ship. Just make sure not to overload your ship, since this will currently cause a total loss of the excess ores. Spawn the ship you store the ores in and go to the trading center. I recommend going to Area 18 on Arcor due to its proximity, but you can also sell these ores at any trading center across the Stanton system. After traveling to Arcor, look for this upside down house icon which represents Area 18. Travel to it and request to land when you get near this giant structure and head to the elevator to go to the Riker Memorial Spaceport. Exit and follow the custom signs to go to the tram. Exit the tram and go to the central area and walk into the TDD, which stands for Trade Developmental Division. At the consoles in the back you can sell the ores you refined, and as you can see you can make stupid amounts of money from just 1 or 2 good mining runs. That was all you needed to know to get started with ship mining in Star Citizen. Obviously there's also other ships and mining equipment that you can use, etc, but this will be plenty to know to get you started in this aspect of Star Citizen. Now in some cases, some of the boulders that you want to mine will be too resistant for your mining laser. You can obviously upgrade your mining lasers to, for instance, the Helix 1, which costs 100,000 credits. Now there's many mining lasers that range in both the size, their mining strength, so the laser strength and other properties, but I will cover these in a separate video to keep them all organized. Thanks for checking out the Star Citizen tutorial. This video was originally on my other channel, but I transferred it to this one since this channel will exclusively post Star Citizen content for you all to enjoy or learn from. If it was helpful, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for future videos.